I don't go by the rule book. I lead from the heart, not the head. I'm Princess Diana. I was born on July 1st, 1961 at Park House on the Queen's Estate in England. My family is part of the British nobles. I have two older brothers and a sister, a younger brother, and a cat named Mabel. As a child, I loved taking care of animals, and children. I also loved sports. I didn't like to study because I didn't like to sit still and focus. When I finished school, I worked in a kindergarten in London. I met Prince Charles and we fell in love. The whole entire world watched our wedding on July 29th, 1981. I became famous almost overnight. Prince Charles and I had two sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. I brought them up like regular children. We had lots of fun together. I devoted my life to help others. I worked with many charities, including the Halo Trust, which helps clear landmines. People called me the People's Princess. I am remembered for paving a new way in the royal family, for my grandma's style, and for living from my heart. Only do what your heart tells you. Word in the court. Word in the court. Hola, my name is Sonia Sotomayor. I was born on June 25th, 1954, in a poor area called the Bronx, in New York City. I was the third woman on the Supreme Court, and I was announced by President Obama. Many people don't know this about me, but when I was 8 years old, I found out I had type 1 diabetes. I take a shot every day to stay alive. Also, my father died from a heart attack at age 42. I was 10 years old and very sad. I watch a lot of TV and like a show about a judge. That is how I decided to become a judge. I'm very proud of a book I wrote about my life. The book is called My Beloved World. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Hi, my name is Neil Armstrong. I was born on August 25th, 1930. I am important because I was the first man to set foot on the moon. I took my first airplane ride when I was only 6 years old. I worked a lot for flying lessons. I got my pilot's license when I was 15 years old. Then I joined the Navy after I got my pilot's license. America had the right to race the USSR to the moon and won. The president said we will land on the moon before 1970. And we landed on July 20th, 1969, with only 5 more months to go. I like to make model airplanes out of recyclable uses and trash. I was the first man to plant the American flag on the moon. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Off to the moon! 1 second. Greetings, students. My name is Clara Barton. I was born on Christmas Day in 1821. I was part of a big family. I believe to help everyone in every place. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. They taught me many good things that other girls did not get to learn, like riding horses, doing math, and working on the farms. My first job was teaching a small school. Being a teacher helped me not to be shy. I want all kids to be able to go to school so they could learn more. So I started the first public school in New Jersey. I really liked helping people in need. I decided to help people that were hurt in the war. I started the Red Cross in America to help all people around the world. I visited and helped people in America, Cuba, and Russia. I had a great life and lived to be 91 years old.
Be it known that we, the greatest, are messed up. Hi, my name is Cleopatra, and I was the last pharaoh in Egypt. I was not fully Egyptian. I was mostly Macedonian Greek. I was born in 69 BC in Alexandria, Egypt. When I was 14, my father, Ptolemy XII, was kicked out of our kingdom, and most of my sisters were killed. My life was hard because most of my family was killed, and I was not fully Egyptian. However, they changed my life and made me who I am. I was able to build the first public library in Rome. But most importantly, I was a natural commander. I died on August 30 BC in Alexandria, Egypt. Thank you for listening. Goodbye, my subjects.
Unless someone like you cares to fall off a lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Hi, I'm Theodore Geisel, but you can call me Dr. Seuss. I was born in 1904. I died in 1991. When I was a child, people bullied me because I was German. I also got to go on trips to the zoo, like backstage where only other zookeepers could go. I got to see places like where the animals slept. When I was little, my mom also sang me to sleep by singing a song about pies she made at the bakery. At first, I wanted to write adult books, but then I realized I was good at silly poems and rhymes, so I wanted to help children learn how to read. I was important because I wrote 60 children's books. When my wife got sick, I helped her and took care of her. When she felt better, I described myself as Dr. Seuss. I had a great sense of humor. I've been a pretty good basketball player ever since I was a teenager. Well, maybe more than pretty good. Everyone knows me as the most famous NBA player, LeBron James, but most people don't know what a hard life I had growing up. I was born in Akron, Ohio on December 30th, 1984. I was raised by a mother who took good care of me, but she was very poor. We didn't have a home and had to sleep on our friends' couches. Life changed for me in a positive way when I was 10 years old. My football coach let me live with him. I finally had a stable environment and a place to call home. I joined a fifth grade basketball team and quickly became the star player. I went on to lead my high school basketball team to win 4 state championships. I was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers right after high school. In 2003, I've gone to win many NBA titles. It's hard to believe that a kid who missed 84 days of school in the 4th grade because he was homeless will now be a famous wealthy NBA player.
Women, like men, should try to do the impossible, and when they fail, their failure should be a challenge to others. Hi, I am Amelia Earhart. I was born on July 24, 1897. I'm the first female pilot to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. At the age of 23, I took my first ride in an airplane, and I loved it. I worked hard to save enough money for flight school to become one of the first female pilots. I was a great pilot and broke many world flying records, including the women's record for flying the highest. In 1937, I tried to set another record to become one of the first female pilots to fly around the world. Near the end of that trip, my plane disappeared and I was never found. I became an example of how women can do whatever they dream.
I paint self-portraits because I am so often alone, because I am the person I know best. Hi, I'm Frida Kahlo, the first female Mexican artist. I was born on July 6, 1907. I also wanted to be a doctor, but a couple of things changed my life. When I was 6, I got really sick with polio. It gave me a small leg that I learned to cover up with my Mexican skills. When I was 18, I got in a bad bus accident that almost killed me. I could not walk for a long time and turned to painting portraits of myself. I became famous for expressing my feelings throughout my art. I died at 47 in the blue house that I grew up in. Today you will still see portraits of me on books, bags, posters, and decorations.
I believe we are here on this planet Earth to live, grow up, and to do what we can to make this world a better place. A long time ago, people had to sit in certain seats depending on their skin color. Luckily, because of me, that rule no longer exists. Hi, I'm Rosa Parks, and I'm here today to tell you how I changed the rules on the bus. On February 4th, 1913, in Tanegee, Alabama, I was born on February 4th in Tanegee, Alabama. I had a brother and I enjoyed going to school. In December, after work, I decided I did not want to move to the back of the bus. This made a lot of people upset, and the police took me to jail and gave me a $14 fine. My friend Martin Luther King Jr. told all colored people to not ride bus until the bus segregation. Would change. In 1956, the court made bus segregation illegal. I did many other things to help the civil rights movement. Too. I died in October 24th, 2005. Raise your hand if you like to watch TV. Who here has a TV? Do you like TV? Go ahead and hold your hand up. I'm willing to say you do. You are welcome. Albert Einstein made TV possible with his quantum theory, so if he never invented the quantum theory, you wouldn't be able to watch TV. Albert Einstein, the most important physicist of all time, was born in Ulm, Germany. His parents were Hermann and Pauline. When he was 2, his parents brought home a baby sister, but he thought it was going to be a toy, so he was disappointed. He didn't talk until he was 4. His parents thought there was something wrong with him, so they took him to doctors. There was nothing wrong with him. He was not talking because he was thinking. He got in trouble at school because students were not allowed to ask questions, but Albert could not stop asking questions. Einstein was Jewish and lived in Germany for most of his life. He wanted peace in Germany and spoke out against the Nazis. The Nazis, who were German soldiers, called him a spy and invaded his house. He was not safe in Germany and moved to the U.S. to teach at Princeton. Einstein invented the quantum theory. He proved light bends while it travels. This led to the invention of television. He also invented the theory of relativity. The theory of The theory of relativity is energy is equal to mass times the speed of light squared. It means energy is equal to mass times the speed of light squared, times itself, not times 2. It made space travel possible with this theory of relativity. Thanks to Albert Einstein, we each have a television in our home, and rockets launch right here. We can see them in outer space. Bravery is key. Raise your hand if you're a girl who wants to be an astronaut when you grow up. If you raised your hand, say thanks to Sally Ride. Born in Cinco, California, I was named Sally Ride. 2 years later, my sister Karen Ride was born. I was into sports, reading, and science in my elementary years. I wanted to become a professional tennis player so bad I got out of school. And eventually I went back to school because I was famed for tennis. Because I lost my fame for tennis. When I got to college, I got a degree in English and physics. Out of 8,000 applications to go into space, me and 34 other people were chosen. In 1982, me and Steve Hawley got married, except that the wedding was in a different state. So I flew there, and that same day I flew back. Finally, it was time to orbit. I only went to space one other time and retired in 1987. And sadly, my story ends here. I died from cancer. Some might say it's the end, but my spirit's still here. Reach for the stars.
Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Hi, I'm Steve Jobs. I was born on February 24, 1955. I was born in San Francisco, California. I was adopted in a place called Silicon Valley. When I graduated from high school, I couldn't pay for college. I went to college for free, but then I got bored and dropped out. I made personal computers and started the company Apple. In 1985, I got fired from Apple and started the company called Pixar. Have you ever heard of a movie called Toy Story? I helped to create that. In 1993, the board at Apple wanted me to come back. I changed our lives as we know it by creating personal computers and our beloved devices like the iPod, iPad, and iPhone. I died on October 5th, 2011 from cancer in my home in Palo Alto, California. I was only 56 when I died.
Have you heard of the Little House on the Prairie books? Hi, I'm Laura Ingalls Wilder, and I'm the author of the Little House on the Prairie books. I was born on February 7th, 1674, in Pepin, Wisconsin. My mom's name is Caroline, and my dad's name is Charles. I have 3 sisters, Mary, Carrie, and Grace. In 1751, my parents decided to move west to the prairie. We loaded the wagon and headed off to Kansas. When I got older, my sister Mary went blind. I had to help her by moving her around. In other words, by being her eyes. I died February 7th, 1861. You can see why I think home is the nicest word there is. Do you like the center of attention? Well, I do. I'm Michael Jordan, and I was a famous basketball player. I was born on February 17th, 1963. I have 4 siblings, and I love them very much. I lived in Brooklyn, New York till I was 5. Then I moved to Wilmington, North Carolina. My brother James taught us how to play baseball. Later, we started to like basketball. Larry and I were very good at it. However,
Larry couldn't make a team because he was too short. In 1978, I tried out for the varsity basketball team as a sophomore, but didn't make it. I was so sad I wanted to quit, but my mom encouraged me to stay. A year later, I made it to the varsity team as a junior. The University of North Carolina, UNC, invited me to their summer camp. In 1981, at UNC as an 18-year-old, scoring the first 5 points of my first game made me stand out. The spring of 1982, we made it to the championships. The score stayed close, but after my big shot, we won. I was a star. I was named College Player of the Year. In 1984, Dean Smith advised me to move to the NBA. For my first contract after the Olympics, the Chicago Bulls agreed to pay me $6 million over the next 7 years, making it the third biggest contract in NBA history. Now famous Nike asked me to promote a new brand of shoes based on me. This led to bigger promotions and sales each year. In 2009, I was added into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and a year later, I became the first former player to own an NBA team. Now, I'm the highest and most popular paid athlete of all time. In 2016, I received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Obama. I, Michael Jordan, will always work hard and make the most of my natural talent.
If you can't feed 100 people, then just feed one. Hi, my name is Mother Teresa. I was born on August 26, 1910, in the city of Skopje, Macedonia, a country in Europe. My birth name was Agnes Gonja Boyajur. I used to love to listen to my dad's travel stories, and I wanted to see the world too. My father died when I was 8, and I had to help my mother take care of my younger brother and sister. We did not have a lot, but my mother always helped the poor people in our town. When I was 18 years old, I decided to leave my family and home to become a nun and help the poor. I joined the Sisters of Loreto to become a missionary and moved to India. In 1944, I became Mother Superior at St. Mary's School in Calcutta and became known as Mother Teresa. In 1950, I created a new order of nuns called the Missionaries of Charity. In 1970, I won the Nobel Peace Prize for my work with the poor and sick in Calcutta. I died on September 5th, 1997, in Calcutta at 87 years old.
Hi, my name is Helen Cowler. I was born June 27, 1880 in Alabama. My dad fought in the Civil War. I was healthy until 19 months old with the illness of scarlet fever. I lost my hearing and sight. I became angry and unruly. Life really started when I was 7 years old, and I met Annie Sullivan, my teacher. She taught me manual sign language. I overcame many obstacles. I was the first person to graduate college who was deaf and blind. I am an activist to the disabled. I met with many presidents and famous people. One of my famous quotes is, "Keep your face in the sunshine and you will not see the shadows." I brought 2 props in. One is a coral from Cape Cod.
Oh, cool.
And
What?
and I brought this because I enjoy the beach, but one time I almost drowned and I didn't go to the beach for 7 months, and I've always feared of the beach ever since. And my other prop is my diploma from Radcliffe College. It was very hard to go there because
because most girls my age didn't know it, I taught some girls, but they usually didn't understand and they left me alone. And we all face challenge, but you can overcome them.
I am Captain James Cook. I was born on October 27th, 1728 in Martin's Village, England. I said, I am a man who not only had the ambition to go farther than anyone had done before, but as far as a man could possibly go. I love the sea since I was born. I'm one of 7 children, and my parents are farmers. I am smart. My father's employer noticed and offered to pay for my school. I was not happy working at a grocery store, so I joined the Royal Navy during the French and Indian War. I was important because I mapped the St. Lawrence River, and I was the first person to sail all the way around New Zealand. I found and named the Hawaiian Islands the Sandwich Islands after the Earl of Sandwich. If you know all about me, you might be like me someday. And my 2 props are this compass. Well, actually, I have 3 props. This compass, my drawing of the Endeavour, and as you can see, my 2 pairs